What does a blockchain solutions architect actually do? It's a question that gets thrown around a lot because, honestly, blockchain feels like this buzzword people use to sound tech savvy at parties. But it's an actual career, and a lucrative one. Essentially, these architects design and implement blockchain systems that solve real-world problems. It's less cryptocurrency than you think, and more about paving the roads for a $67 billion industry as it's projected by 2030. But let's get real about what the job isn't. You aren't sitting around day trading Bitcoin or making NFTs. You're the behind-the-scenes person creating the frameworks that companies use to track supply chains, verify transactions, or secure data better than Fort Knox. It's logistics with a tech twist. Less glam, but way more impactful. So you're asking, why does this job matter? Imagine a hospital system with patient records scattered across 10 departments that don't talk to each other. Or a diamond supply chain where you can't trace the human rights of the miners. Blockchain architects solve problems like these by creating systems that are transparent, secure, and efficient. The big hurdle is this: blockchain is super complex. You're not just whipping up a WordPress site here. You deal with distributed ledgers, cryptographic hashes, nodes, and consensus mechanisms. And yes, I know, what a word salad. But the gist? It's like building a bank vault, except the vault is spread over hundreds of locations and no one fully owns it. Step by step, what's the process? First, you map out the client's needs. Are they securing transactions, tracking materials? Cool. Next, you pick the chain. Private, like Hyperledger, public, Ethereum, or hybrid. Then comes designing the architecture, deciding who gets access, how data flows, and how it's validated. Finally, you build and then test again because bugs love to hide in code. Pain point alert. When you say blockchain to most traditional businesses, they freeze. Isn't that Bitcoin stuff? They'll ask. Or worse, they think it's too experimental or costly to implement. Your job here? Break down the why. Explain how a more secure, decentralized ledger can save them millions while making their processes bulletproof. Numbers sell, like the $12 billion Walmart saved annually just by tracking spinach using blockchain. All because they could pinpoint a contamination batch in seconds, not weeks. Imagine pitching that to a CEO who is worried about lawsuits or PR nightmares. That's where a blockchain solutions architect becomes the MVP. But let's talk skills, because this isn't just learn Python and you're done. You'll need hands-on experience with distributed systems, cryptography, smart contracts, think Solidity programming, and cloud environments like AWS or Azure. And budgets? This job pays an average of $160,000 a year. So, yeah, it's worth the hustle. Pro tip: start small. If you're trying to get into this field, work on a simple proof of concept project, like creating a smart contract for splitting rent payments automatically. It's the easiest way to flex your skills without getting overwhelmed by enterprise-level stress. Why don't more people do this job then? Honestly, it's intimidating. The combination of advanced programming, an evolving tech landscape, and literal global-scale thinking keeps the dabblers out. Companies need specialists who can innovate, not just copy-paste code from GitHub. If you're in the game, you're rare. It's not all roses, though. Blockchain has scalability issues. It's like trying to run a marathon while wearing a 50-pound vest. Managing thousands of transactions per second is still a tech bottleneck. As an architect, part of your job is knowing when blockchain isn't the solution. Yes, you'll spend a lot of time explaining why traditional databases sometimes make more sense. And if you do land in this career, get used to lifelong learning. Blockchain tech moves as fast as my dog chasing a squirrel at Laurelhurst Park. What worked in 2021 is meh by 2023 standards. Staying on top of industry trends like Layer 2 scaling or Ethereum gas optimizations is the difference between adding value and becoming obsolete. So, whether you're chasing the paycheck or genuinely love solving problems at the intersection of tech and systems, blockchain solutions architect is one of those future-proof careers. You're basically laying the groundwork for industries to work smarter, faster, and fairer. Not bad, right? Now go learn Solidity.